He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior. Confucius. The Pattern of Becoming, a story of habits and change. Change doesn't announce itself. It slips in quietly, like dawn creeping across the floorboards. It doesn't begin with grand gestures or sudden reinventions. It begins in silence, when no one is watching, when no one is clapping, when the only witness is you. Not in the moments where music swells and victories are posted online, but in the ordinary, the invisible. A glass of water chosen over soda, a journal opened instead of social media, a decision to walk around the block when it would have been easier to stay still. We are seduced by transformation, especially the kind that comes quickly. We crave it in January, in the aftermath of heartbreak, in the wake of burnout. We swear this time will be different. We write lists, download apps, buy planners, set alarms, and for a while it works. There's adrenaline in a fresh start. It makes us feel alive. But adrenaline fades. Then comes the resistance. It doesn't shout, it whispers. One skipped day becomes two. A missed workout, a broken streak, a night of scrolling that turns into a week. And then that voice returns, the one that has always lingered just beneath the surface. You never follow through. You're not the type. You always quit. And because the voice is familiar, we believe it. Not because it's true, but because it's rehearsed. We were never taught the truth about change. We were taught drama, hustle, sudden flips of the switch. But real change is quieter than that. It is not a spark. It is a slow burn. True change is not made once. It is remade every day. It is not a leap. It is a pattern, a slow carving of the self, shaped by 1,000 tiny decisions most will never see. A choice repeated not because it feels exciting, but because it aligns with who you are becoming. This is the invisible architecture of habit. It is what shapes your identity. What you repeat, you become. So the real question isn't whether you are strong enough or motivated enough. It's whether you are willing enough. Willing to show up when no one is clapping. Willing to act when the mood has vanished. Willing to become the kind of person whose consistency is stronger than their emotion. Because motivation is a flame. It flickers, it dies. But structure endures. A well-placed routine is a life raft. It carries you on the days when your spirit is tired, when the world is loud, when grief, boredom, or doubt whisper their temptations. In those moments, the beauty of habit is not in its brilliance, but in its reliability. Every tiny habit is a message to your future self. It is a thread being woven into the kind of life you're crafting. One small vote, cast over and over, for who you want to be. This is not wishful thinking. It is not magic. It is mathematics. Action, repeated over time, becomes identity. And the beautiful truth? You don't need to overhaul your entire life. You only need to shift one thing and do it consistently. One morning routine, one daily walk, one conscious breath before reacting, one screen-free evening, done over and over again. These acts become sacred. But this process will never be clean. Progress is not a straight line. It is a spiral. You will fall. You will miss days. You will forget your own rules. This is not weakness, it is humanity. What matters most is not how far you fall, but how quickly you return, how gently you forgive yourself, how quietly you recommit. Resilience is not perfection, it is the art of returning. And in order to return, you must design for reality, not fantasy. Build your habits not for your strongest days, but your weakest. Prepare for the days when you don't want to try. Set your environment to make the right thing easy and the wrong thing difficult. Leave the book beside your bed. Silence the notifications. Place your shoes by the door. Surround yourself with people who live the way you want to live. And above all, remember your why. Not a shallow New Year's resolution, but a deeper reason. A purpose rooted in your values, your hopes, your pain, your longing to become someone more grounded, more present, more alive. This reason becomes your anchor when you drift, and you will drift. But with a strong enough why, you'll always find your way back. Some days you'll feel the change. Other days it will feel like nothing is happening. But trust this, transformation is rarely visible in the moment. It's only later, months from now, years perhaps, that you realize. The change didn't come all at once. It came slowly, then all at once. And one day the thing you struggled to do, you simply are. Not someone trying to eat better, you just eat better. Not someone trying to write, you're a writer. Not someone trying to stay present, you are present. That's the miracle of habit. It fades into identity. It stops being something you do and becomes who you are. This is the pattern of becoming, not a dramatic transformation, but a quiet one, built in the shadows, sustained in silence, anchored in truth. It begins quietly with a single step, repeated with discipline, guided by intention, sustained until it no longer feels like effort, but identity. And one day, without noticing, you've become the person you were reaching for.